If you don't change your environment changes you. And if you change your environment to suit where you want to be or where you want to go, it's become easier for you becoming who you are and what you want to be. If we don't do it, then who?
Number 1 Business and Self-Development Podcast. Connected Minds Podcast.
Okay, so Doc, do you not also think though that people need to have experience in certain fields before they start thinking about business in certain areas?
Of course. I mean, first of all, you need the experience. You need experience. As I said, you need to be mentored. And as a mentee, you could be able to learn the trade. You learn how to talk to people about it. I always say that even these conversations we are having, you should be able to be listening to such conversation to understand what somebody went through, But if you start by yourself and you have no idea, you end up falling. Because, I mean, when it comes to business, it entails with a lot of things. And so I believe that if, let's say, you want to go into cars and you have no idea about how to even ship cars from abroad to Ghana, you should be able to have an idea of those things. Going to the harbor, to pay who you pay to and all those things, you should be able to have those ideas. If you don't do so, you have you'll be facing problems.
Absolutely. I think so. I think it's necessary because, especially for us, before we started, we had to take a job, in the same pharmaceutical industry, understand how the SOPs are put together, the standards, regulatory framework, before we started. And obviously, because we did that, it slashed a lot of the mistakes that we would have made, that maybe the big boys made in the past, and they've corrected. So I definitely think that, you hit the nail right on the head. Now, I've got a question though, which is, what's the first business that you ever created or started?
It was a provision shop.
Okay.
Yes. And it was a kiosk.
Wow.
That small kind of kiosk. These days they call it container.
Yeah.
But it was a kiosk. That was what I started. I had one fridge, deep freezer. And so I bought farm milk and then rice, a pack of rice, and then also sugar and gari. So, such tree,
Right.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's how I started it.
Yeah.
So buying one bag of rice, after selling it, I was able to buy 2 bags of rice. So that is how the business started.
Wow.
Yes. But, eventually I invited my brother to come and take care of it, and he collapsed.
But then, while these challenges pose as risks to the business, how do you, as an entrepreneur, rise above those challenges and failures that you face in business?
One, we believe we are called for it. 2, we believe that if we don't do it, then who? People's daily bread is in your hands. I mean, there has been some times where monthly, you did not make any money, but you have to go look for money to pay your workers. You know that they were not able to meet their target, but you still have to go and look for money and pay them, because if you don't, they are going to sleep without eating. And if you're a true entrepreneur, when you see yourself even paying them, that becomes your joy, because you have that heart to care and to love. And then also, you see, those who open jobs, those who are entrepreneurs, they are the ones who love the nation, because they believe that is what they can do to add their quota to the what do you call it, the country, And I won't lie to you. Sometimes, where we are, you'll be there, and then GRA will just drive and pass every business on the line around the area, just come to your place. Last time they came with a car. When they saw the facility, we know you're making money, with force. Why? Simply because they think you are part of one particular political party, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
But what can you do? You still have to be in business. And most of us, I can also say, because of where we are coming from, we know how we have suffered looking for a job, looking for a meal to eat. That was a problem. So if you have got opportunity to be able to create jobs, why do you give up? You still have to keep on doing it. That makes you a true entrepreneur.
Wow. You mentioned that there are two most dangerous things that can work against a person, which is friends and environment. Can you elaborate on that?
I would have even say environment, and yourself. If you don't change your environment changes you. And if you change your environment to suit where you want to be or where you want to go, it's become easier for you becoming who you are and what you want to be. And so your environment, your smell, the smell of your environment is part of your environment. The way you dress is part of your environment. The way you talk is part of your environment. What you eat is part of your environment. The friends you have is part of your environment. What you touch is part of your environment. So you must be you must be deliberate by creating your environment. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
You must be deliberate by creating your environment. If you want to be a great businessman, you must be deliberate. Look at the people that they are wiser, they are more wiser than you. Walk with them, listen to them, and ask questions. These are the people you should be around if truly you want to go to that place you want to get to. There's a say, show me your friend and I'll show you your character.
Yep.
And so the thing is that, if you say you don't smoke weed, all right? You study medicine, so you know what I'm saying. And you said you don't smoke weed, and you're among people who are smoking. Scientifically, you inhale more than the one
it's
who's
called
actually
passive smoking. Yeah.
Yes.
You're actually getting it more.
So it tells you that the people that surround you, you benefit from them, even if you are poor. And you're among rich people. If you are poor, anyone watching us, if you are poor and you are among your friends are rich, the problem is not your friends. The problem is you. Yes. Most times, if you find yourself in any business as just a worker, don't look for what they will pay you. Look for how you can be a partner. Invest to be a partner instead of seeking for increment of your pay. Learn how to pay people. When you have the mindset of paying people, you become the master. Yes.
Wow. That was deep.
And there is another thing that I believe that most of the people should look at. when you go to a workplace, your colleagues are not your friends. And the one you must be loyal to is not your colleagues. Work with your colleagues and be loyal to the work and the owner of the work. Your loyalty should go for that person, not to your colleagues. Your colleagues are there for you to work with them. So expose anything that destroys the work. Become the work. The business must be you and become the business. And when you do so, automatically you will be spotted and you become the work.
Recently, we had an issue at the pharmacy, and it was the manager that was causing the issues, right? So I went in and I realized all the issues that were happening. Then I started calling them out to try to speak to them. And every person knew what he was doing, but never spoke to me. They all knew. They all knew what was happening.
Ghana.
But they were very loyal to the manager.
Not to you.
Not to me.
And this is what destroys business in Ghana.
Yeah.
Hey, oya igbeni o.
Yeah.
Oya chimni o.
Yeah.
Obekumi o. So I won't say it.
Yeah.
No. What about after the business has collapsed and you go back home?
Yeah. So I think what then happened was a month or two after that, one of the colleagues that knew what was happening and never told me came to me for support, personal support. And then I said, well, it's great you've come to me. But then the question I want to ask you is, if you had watched this business collapse, where would the help come from? So sometimes, people we work with, we employ, they don't think very far. In fact, most people say that they are very myopic in the way they think, very close-minded.
I think it's wickedness.
Yeah.
They are wicked to themselves and to you.
Yeah.
You see, do you know in Ghana, one of our problems, apart from the politicians, one of our problems is workers.
Huge.
Yes. And there's nothing governing or supporting businessmen because they see us as thieves. You using your money to build a business, they see you as their money is in your pocket. So you have a manager in which that manager, or let me say a secretary, and you give him a document to go and photocopy. The secretary will photocopy one for herself or himself because he's going to open the exact business you are opening. So he will just take the business model and go and reopen same form of business. But they don't know that vision, the visioneer carries the architectural, diagram. So you have no idea. But they would destroy yours and cannot also run theirs.
Yeah.
This is what is happening in Ghana.
Yeah.
So I think that we as businessmen, I wouldn't say we should be careful, but because we cannot be careful, we should be able to come up and find a way to speak to the politicians that there should be a law. Instead of thinking about these laws and all that, they should think about a law that would protect business owners. So, in abroad, these things happens. There are protections, and if they could do so, businesses would thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Doc, after being in the UK and being successful in the UK, why did you finally decide to move to Ghana?
I lost a lot in Ghana. When you came to my place, we had microfinance.
Yes.
A lot of people don't even know that this thing happened when they were collapsing microfinance and all that. In my case, I should have made the government pay the people and my name would have been everywhere. But I looked for money and I paid every, person that was, working with us. And so it was a serious issue.
Right.
I spent a lot of money. And then also looking at what we've built here, I saw that it was necessary for me to come down to take care of it myself. And I didn't know that Ghanaians, they love people who travel than people who have come to Ghana to build the nation with them. They respect people who travel. So even Tontroa, anybody that has traveled, even if you go to Dubai, hey, the guy has traveled. Why are you not traveling? Is it because of this? No, my guy, I have enough here. I went to get a capital to start something, and I've got more than a capital. Why do I still go there? And let me tell you, there was those days, anyone in England should start watching this. If you are in England, BBC, Sky News, there is a time they show African Stock Exchange. The time they show African stock, businesses that are thriving in Africa. They don't show it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. In the midnight, from 1, 2, and 3. And I was always waking up to watch it. And I saw that these people were making money from there. They know that you're cleaning. As soon as you come back, you're sleeping. So this midnight, you're not watching.
Right.
So I said, oh, wow. Our diamond, gold, our oil, our, things they were showing. But in the morning, they show you how poor Africa is. So I realized that, okay, if Ghana is poor, then I need to help my people. I must do something. But I can tell you, there is money in Ghana. The only problem is that we don't help ourselves. We don't work together. Whilst Ghana banking system was collapsing, Nigerian banks are doing well. Why? Why? If you check businesses that are doing well in Ghana, all those businesses, it is Caucasians, the Asians, the Arabs, they are the ones owning those businesses here. Or somebody who is a Ghanaian having the idea to go and bring somebody, a white person, to come and take over, to manage it as a face. Because Ghanaians, we don't love our own, and that's the biggest problem. So for me, I am here to build. I am here to support my nation, and it's going very well.
Oh no, you've done fantastic. I've been to your city. You've done fantastic.
It's going well.
We have spent hours of time and resources putting this content together. Now, unfortunately, many of the people we get on this channel are viewers and not subscribers. Please subscribe and become part of the family, as this will allow us to produce even better content for you. But so many people speak about, diasporas moving back to Ghana to try to help the country, build. What sort of things, though, do you think people need to have in place abroad before they even think of trying to do business in Ghana or moving back to Ghana?
I will say to any youth, I know you know what I'm going to say. I will say to everybody who wants to build businesses in Ghana, yes, bring the money. Put it in the bank. Come as poor. Your business, your money is here. Come as poor. Learn the poor people, how they think. Learn the Ghanaians, how they think. Understand what you really want to do. Have the poor mindset, because you need it. You need it. And then take the European mindset out and understand them, work with them. Charlie, eat the aboboy with them, eat the akpala with them, eat all that they eat. Let them see you as you are one of them. and then the money, start releasing it little by little, and you'll be amazed that it will grow. And 2, know which area you're going to start your business. Because you see, when you come to East Legon and you set up a business, how people will patronize is different from going to Kaswa.
Right.
And even within Kaswa, there are places you will be, and if you're not careful, you will lose all your money. East Legon, there are places you can start your business and you lose all your money. So you have to do a thorough, investigation and know which business you are trying to set up, where the people that will patronize are. If you go to Kumasi, there is a place you should be. You just don't go to anywhere because you have the money. Oh, I brought machineries. I have brought this. I brought that. So I'm going to do it. I am genius. No, if you come like that, you look like a fool. Yes. So you have to relax. Although you want to establish so quick, you have to relax. Get to understand.
But then it leads on to my question, which is, everybody that moves to Ghana wants to come and do business. But there are some people abroad, they're working 9 to 5. And they have all the papers, they have all the documents to be able to go into business abroad. They're not doing that. But then as soon as they think of Ghana, business is the first thing to think about.
You see, when it comes to Europe or States or England, there are gurus. There are people who are there. To come to the middle class, especially being a black person, it's not easy. I remember, my place when you came there, there was a white person here, another white person here. These are Caucasians. What shocked me, the other white here was from South Africa. He stayed, but still came to me to ask me, why are you here? The other white moved, and they gave it to another person. They wanted to know how did you come to this place? They called police for almost about 3 times before they stopped. Yes.
Wow.
You see, but when you come to Ghana, what about you? You are here.
Right.
So you become more comfortable and you feel accepted until you see.
You realize that you're actually different. You're actually different from
yes,
the people.
from the people.
Yeah.
So basically that's how it is. But for me, my advice is that there's some things we didn't do. Research. We heard things, but we actually did not research deeply. And so before the business needed money, we had already finished our money. So if anybody wants to come to Ghana to make, any business, my advice is spend time to do your research. Put the money here, no problem. Put it in a good bank, and then spend the time. Do a search. I live for a year. Be here. Know how people are. And at least if you get 2 or 3 people who think like you, you're good to go.
Sure. Should people be thinking of renting a property when they come to Ghana, or they should build before coming to Ghana? What do you think?
Rent is good. It depends on which business you are trying to do. Rent is good. I know packaging. People do packaging. It's okay. It's part of our environment. But I would advise Ghana, when you have a property, is money.
Right.
I remember buying one particular land, 280 acres of land. Each plot those days was 5,000.
Wow.
Now it's going for 100,000.
Big cash.
So,
Big cash. Yeah.
So you can imagine.
Yeah.
That's 10 years ago. It's going for 100,000. And so if I start selling, and people are buying around, and I say, oh, wow, okay, good.
Wow.
So, I mean, you will not lose if you buy land, wherever it is. I mean, you get your money. It's better than even putting the money in the bank.
You know, but I guess some of these things, and there's a reason why we sit on this show and then we have conversations like this, because people out there can learn from the experiences that we've been through. That's why I loved it so much when you said, if you're coming to do business in Ghana, forget the business, come to Ghana, study the people, study the place. It's awesome.
The most dangerous thing is that somebody in Ghana telling you, Charlie, business will call, Charlie, for come, Charlie, that business. Oh, no, you've heard it. It's okay. Calm down. Don't give yourself 1 month. Give yourself a year. Study it. I mean, and enjoy Ghana. Study it. And you'll be shocked that some business B will just come and say, this is the gold. Go for it. When I came, that's when I realized that, Charlie, there are businesses. Oh,
yeah.
There are some petty businesses that nobody even think about. And it will sell just like that. And you see, Ghana also needs, every business in Ghana needs you there.
I think you need to say that again. Because that's the juice.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Every business in Ghana, if you are the owner of the business in Ghana, that business needs you there. As soon as you move, the business is dead. You know? So, and do not trust anybody. If you have any trust to trust anybody, trust them that they can collapse your business.
That's solid.
You know, because it's a serious thing. So if you are not having time for the business, don't waste your time to come and no. They will just eat your money for you.
Wow. I'm going to lead on to my questions.
Okay.
But then I've got 2 questions from my previous guest.
Okay.
A young lady asked 2 questions. And the first question is, does balance in life truly exist? So can a person have a beautiful and happy family, beautiful job, beautiful relationships, friends, everything balanced out?
No.
Does that truly exist?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't exist. Definitely, as the Bible says, if you serve 2 masters, you would definitely love one and hate one. You know, so I mean, being a pastor, I have lost my marriage. Okay. Definitely, there may be something you didn't do right. There may be some communication that didn't go well. Kids, you may be so busy doing this whereby they need you in this place. You know, and sometimes you may not even have time for yourself because you are so busy thinking about others. So there is no balance. But my advice is, wherever you find yourself and you know you are doing the right thing, do it with all your might and with all your strength, because nothing is balanced. But what you think is good for you, do.
That's very biblical. Then her next question is, how do you look after yourself? Self-care, your mental health, your overall self, holistically.
No. I think when we're coming, we spoke about something where when you talk about mental health, all of us are mad. What do I do? You just have to live. I love to, meditate. I love to pray. I love to give. I love to advise. And then I love to listen to advice as well. I always want to be around people who are mentally positive. I love to listen to you because
thank you.
I mean the wisdom and the encouragement within the words that comes out. It's can do work. You know, we living in a world that people have lost. You know, love. They have lost. You know, caring. You know, when somebody is doing something to you, they don't care at all, and people have become so negative. But if you really want to live sane, you have to look for positivity. Always think about positive stuff. You know, so these are some of the things I do. When it comes to food, I'm very careful, very particular. My way of eating. I love to eat. I don't drink any. I don't drink. I'm not saying drinking is bad. No, I don't smoke. I'm not saying it's bad.
I don't smoke.
Yeah,
I don't drink.
Yeah,
Either.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm not married, you know. Yes, but I also don't have a girlfriend. Yes, this time I'm trying to be more careful,
right?
You know, to stay because I need all the mind at this age. 40, 46 is a crucial, you know, year for a man. So my focus is I'm thinking about my retirement. So I don't need to fail. I must be able to do what I have to do. One, for myself, two, for my kids and my children's children. So, and then for the nation. So my focus is to make sure all mistakes I've made, wrong moves I've made, this time if I can rectify some of them, I can fix one or two. So I can move. It's one of the things that I'm trying to do.
Wow. That had depth. Our question from Connected Minds, well, from me, Derek, is motivation or discipline?
Motivation.
Okay.
Motivation. I mean, everybody needs somebody that will motivate him or her. Especially men. Men, we need motivation because we're not strong. Motivation is for weak people.
We are weak.
Yes. You know, it's for us to be motivated to do. Sometimes, you know, your mind tells you that it's impossible. And somebody somewhere says, I'm watching you. You are great. You are powerful. And that energizes most of us to do more. I remember I met one young lady, and she walked, you know, close to me and said to me, Pastor Danso. I said, yes. He said, you know what? You've been my father all these years. I said, huh? He said, yes. I was thinking, right. And then he said, no, I have been watching your videos and the things you've said about me. You said in general is what I have followed. And today I'm a midwife. Yes. And she was going to get married. And she says, I want you to be my father, to walk with me.
Wow.
Yes. We will be doing it next year.
Okay.
No, this month. May. Yes, next month. We are in April.
Right.
So May. Yes.
Wow.
You know, so these things encourages some of us to say, keep on doing what you can do to help mankind. So I would always take that as the most important things in our life. Encouragement.
Encouragement. Then my next question is, what's the best advice you ever received out of the many you have?
People will talk of you.
Okay. Whether you like it or not.
Well, even you're dead. People will talk of you. You should know. And you should understand that what they say does not define you. Truth has no evidence. Facts has evidence. But what stands is truth. Let people bring their facts to show evidence, to show that, yes, you are bad. But you are the only person who knows you are not bad, but you're good. And that those who are lying knows they are lying. And the one who is telling the truth knows he's telling the truth. So always live within the truth. And I tell you, that advice from my mother, this was coming from my mother. It was even a poem. He said, people will talk of you. When you see this, remember me. He said, bear me in your mind. The whole world will stand to talk of you. I was a baby, and my mom gave me this. And it has been one of the things that has encouraged me so many times. When I see people bashing me, saying evil things about me, sometimes some of the things when you say to yourself, oh, I did this. Okay. Some you feel like you want to believe it. Yeah, they say things and sometimes you are not careful. You end up becoming what they say you are. But you should know people will talk of you. No matter what, they will talk of you. So do what is necessary and leave the rest to God.
Wow. Leave it to God indeed. What's your favorite personal development book? I think when we're going through this, you had a very interesting personal development book.
Yes. I'll say Bible.
Yes.
Bible has a lot of books within. So that is what I would say. And then I have Revealing the Heroes.
Okay.
It's a very powerful book which I wrote.
Okay.
And it's my own book, not because I want to be biased.
Right.
It was about David and his mighty men. You know, when God said David is a king and he was anointed by Samuel, he was still not a king. But even killed Goliath, he was still not a king until these 5 strong men, they said, we will fight with you. They were stronger than David. They were powerful than David. But they said, there's an anointing in your life, and we will make sure it comes to pass. And everybody in this world, you need such people. You need 1 or 2. If you get 2, thank God, it means you are blessed. That they say, we will never make you fail. We will always be with you. In the time of your sorrow, in the time of your strength, in any time, all times and good times, bad times, they are there and say, we will make you. God can bless you, but for your blessing to come into reality, it comes from men. So you need men that can reveal you as a hero. Yes, it's very important.
Wow, that's solid. Now I'll take a question.
Okay.
For my next guest.
Okay.
From you.
All right. Is love one way or 2?
Okay. I mean, okay. Right. I leave the answer to this question to the next guest. But if you've been listening, please subscribe and become part of the Connected Minds family. Now I'm going to take anything that you would like to tell the people of Connected Minds, the audience.
I would say to anybody who is watching me that you don't need to believe in yourself, because we're not wired like that. Believe in something. Believe in God. Because if you waste time to believe in yourself, it will be just a time wasting. But if you know you don't believe in yourself, but you believe in something, you can live very long. Because the more you try to believe in yourself, you become arrogant. Yes, majority of people. Yes, somebody will say, but person have confidence. Yes, of course. Confidence doesn't make you to be a person who believes in yourself. And if you say you believe, it simply means you do not know. You are not sure. So believe causes you not to be sure of who you are. But leave belief to something that exists.
Wow. That was very biblical once again, but that is expected, right? And thank you so much for coming.
Welcome.
And I'm really honored that you came today. I'm so happy that you blessed us with all of this knowledge and at a higher level wisdom, because these are things that you've been through, things that you've experienced yourself firsthand. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort and traveling all the way here.
Thank you.
Stay connected, guys.